gorgeous new open range 3X. This is the 375 rear den. Very new floor plan at the time of this filming. It just came out here at Highland RV of Coldwater, Michigan. It's a balmy 3 degrees outside right now, so I'm going to do try to do a bang up interior tour. Then I'm going to do a separate exterior tour and splice together a nice summer exterior tour later when we get the warmer weather. Never mind all that. Let's get dug in. What is this thing? You know, because it's new. You're watching this video because you're curious. Open ranges always seem to get a lot of attention because they're a very different type of product. It starts from the top down or the bottom up, wherever way you want to start. We're looking up here, so this is where we're going to go. We've got a middle kitchen. Frankly, this is not really a new floor plan. It's very much the 377 front living room backwards. That's it. You know, there's a trend where those front living rooms are awesome, but they're finding out that with a little bit different furniture arrangement, if you put a front living room furniture arrangement into a rear living room fifth wheel, it's suddenly really popular and successful again. The advantage to going this route, by the way, the reason that we have the 375 here and we've actually foregone the 377 is because you get better outside storage this way, and it's really not any bigger, more expensive, or heavier. You will notice in these late 2017s, you no longer see the air conditioner. They've gone to whisper quiet AC systems, so it's anywhere from 70 to 90% quieter depending on how it's ducted. The point is you don't have to crank up the TV and you don't have to shout at the guy next to you. You know, you don't have to deal with any of that like you're in a loud bar or something. All the lights are LEDs. We've got one switch, whole house, like main cabin LED lighting. Over here above the kitchen, you see we've got a Max Air vent fan. That actually has the roof vent cover built onto it, which is nice. I really like showing open ranges in the summer because we can leave the vents open on these 3Xs and it feels a lot cooler in here, but I don't got to worry about it raining inside. That's the nice part about that. Extra tall, like 6.5-foot slides means we can have these big residential appliances like this giant refrigerator. Has a 1,000-watt inverter to run going down the road. We can have that stuff in the slide out and off the floor plan. Big convection microwaves are available on these. You'll see all solid surface countertops through the kitchens here. And what's nice is this is not the cheap solid surface. This is real stuff. And what I mean by that is the pattern persists through the countertop. Some people, well, is it Corian? Is it LG? Is it Samsung? It doesn't matter. As long as the pattern persists through the countertop. That way, if it has to be resurfaced, if you drop like, I don't know, a pot or a pan on it and you gouge it, if you have to resurface it, the pattern will still be there. To give you max prep space, they do recess the stovetop here, and that's a real backsplash. That's not like a wallpaper or something. But what I like is they made it complete. There's no gaps in it. It's really big. It's really wide, so that you can easily clean this thing. And with a handy little appliance plug over there, and you're going to see more little appliance outlets like up there is one, up here is one. And this is the perfect little like coffee maker station right here, phone charging station. Let me back up a little bit. You've got some great cabinet space going on in this kitchen. And again, when you go to a rear den instead of a front living room, you gain so much in your kitchen. The living space doesn't really change. It's the kitchen that benefits. And you also pick up this nice little hutch right here with more. Seriously, there's like 5, 6, 7 appliance outlets in this kitchen. That is awesome. Great storage space down in here. That is one of the foam bags that came on the big flat screen TV you see back there. I shoved it down here just to kind of give you scope and scale of that thing. That is pretty darn big. This is something else I like. Carpetless. There's no carpet. You know, that's an open range like exclusive thing. There's nobody else doing that. They have patents on the way that they do it. Their slide outs and things here. And remember, this is a 6-inch deeper, 42-inch flush floor slide. Carpetless, easy cleaning. You can and what I like about this is I see people like, even when they have a carpeted living room, they'll put down little throw rugs because they can take them outside and beat them and clean them. Like a fish. I don't know. Anyway, so you can do that here. And it just gives it a nice, clean, simple look. Now the table, someone's going to say, oh, these idiots mounted the table backwards. No, the whole tabletop actually slides this way. And that's what gives you the extra elbow room. And with a deeper slide and a wider body, you've got more elbow room than just about anybody else. Your windows have 2-section roll-down shades, both day shades and night shades. Some people are going to say, well, this doesn't give me a lot of privacy. The thing is, remember, it's an 80% tinted UV window. You can't really see inside the window unless your nose is pressed against it. If you pull this shut, they will barely be able to see a light if they look directly at it through the window. And you pull that shut, if you got a migraine, you can black it out in here and you won't have to deal with that like heavy light scenario. So this rear living room back here, you know, this furniture arrangement has become the dominant furniture arrangement in luxury fifth wheels. Dual trifold hide-a-beds sitting across from one another with the theater seat down here looking directly at your entertainment center. Now, they gave you a choice here. Some brands will give you a rear window with the entertainment center. Some will give you a fixed TV and no window. Open Range gave you the choice between having a window or no window with an electric lift television back here. There's a little handy button on the side that it can just kind of go up and down as needed. And what's needed is it's actually just a one touch. You can see I'm not touching it, it's still rolling. And that's exactly how the awning works. When I called it an automatic awning, it works the same way. One touch, down she goes, up she goes, whatever the case, you're done. Electric space heating fireplace, that's a 5100 BTU, 5120 if I'm going to be technical. The nice part about that is they're giving you the bigger electric space heater. We call it a fireplace, it's a space heater. Now, because the slides are extra darn tall, they can give you big windows for airflow in the slide out and overhead storage. And that's one of those open range advantages, along with the longer warranty, because they have a class-leading double-length warranty here. Also, they have dual pane windows on these. You can see a little sticker there that says insulated window. These have those dual panes that where they tend to be $2,300, $2,400 upgrades from other brands. They have them here. I've done videos on the dual pane windows. There's a difference between a dual pane and a thermal pane. RVs don't have thermal panes. This has dual panes. They help. They do, it's better than nothing. Now, someone's going to look at that right there and go, OMG, look at that cabinet. That is huge. It's a little deceptive, and they're not doing it on purpose to be deceiving. There's decent upper storage here, but remember that down here is your outside kitchen. Those are false doors. They give you the clean appearance on the inside of cabinet doors, but there's nothing to be accessed there because that's where your refrigerator and your cooktop and stuff are. I just wanted to point that out. Now, we've kind of, let me kind of back up a little bit here. Just to point out real quick, your dual reclining theater seat here, directly across from the TV, gives you just easy views of everything. But fine little detail I noticed, I was peeking over here, I'm like, look at that. Handy little phone charge station. I actually ran some USB plugs under my couch at home, so my wife and I could sit there and have our phones charging right next to us, so we didn't have to constantly get up and down. I know that seems like a first world problem, but it's convenient. My point is, they're doing residential logic here in an RV, because there's going to be people who want to live in this thing, and, it's not hard to do in here. Moving on, heading upstairs, kill some batteries here to save some power. Up this easy triple step. Now, they have, let me turn some, now that I turned all the lights off, I got to turn lights back on, because, I'm that smart. Anyway, they have changed up their bedroom, bathroom doors, and it's not something I can really show you on video, but there is like a heft to these. These are heavy, well-constructed pieces right here. They're not going to fall apart on you. Now, up here in the bathroom, they went to a thermofoil countertop. That is a sealed edge pressed membrane. It's waterproof, so they can still undermount a stainless sink. It doesn't have the weight of the solid surface countertops in the kitchen. The reason they don't use this stuff in the kitchen here is because it is a little more prone to scratching. And as compared to the smaller RVs at Open Range that might use this stuff in the kitchen, those don't tend to get cooked in like this does. Being a big kitchen, people will tend to use that for prep space. So sometimes someone said, oh, but you told me that the other countertop is better than that one. It is for that application. Remember that there's different applications for different products and different segments and different markets, Just because something's better in one place doesn't necessarily mean it's better than another. Like a plywood roof deck is awesome. It's stronger than say, an OSB roof deck. But there are areas where OSB is and can actually be superior than plywood for certain applications. Don't forget that. Big one-piece seamless molded self-reinforced shower. If you're a bigger person, you can jump up and down in that, and I've done it in previous videos and gives people a heart attack. I love to do it in front of people who aren't expecting it in person. They go, oh my gosh, and you find out, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. The showers I can jump in, the slide-out walls that I can punch, those aren't the ones you guys got to worry about. The ones that I don't, you need to ask why. It could be they're still okay. It could mean they're not. This is one of those areas where that extra 6 inches makes a difference, because if you are a bigger person, you just picked up an extra 6 inches around the toilet here, which there's a lot of big people that go camping. This is an ideal big person's RV, essentially. Now, something they did different is instead of going with just a ridiculously oversized shower, they went with what's still a pretty big shower. That's like a 45 or 50-inch shower. Plenty! Well, instead of going nuts and bringing the thing all the way over here, they gave you all this bathroom storage that you otherwise would not have. You wouldn't have any of this otherwise. And I like this handy little, like, utility table that they pull out here. So if you've got appliances or something, like you got a hairdryer, plug it in, set it over there. Because you do have limited countertop space here, but you have plenty of working space. And then when you're done, you tuck it out of the way. And now we have a door to the bedroom. With a big overhead linen cabinet. Plenty of room for enough towels in here for, you know, a week or two or whatever. Dual entry bathroom is another thing big fifth wheels often lack. They did an excellent job of maintaining that here in this 3X. All the rooms, again, one switch lighting. And this is a very tall RV. You can see that arch ceiling in here. It is, you know, no problem navigating this. I'm like 6'3", I don't have to duck anywhere in here. Now, what do we not see in here? Same thing we didn't see in the living room. That is the air conditioner. This has dual whisper quiet air. The whisper quiet AC in the living room is nice, but frankly, it's the bedroom where you need it most, because this is where you're going to hear it the most, because you're sleeping 5 feet away from the compressors. This is awesome, having the dual whisper quiet air. And all the AC in this is double ducted. You can see one there, one over there. 2 AC ducts in every RV. 60 by 80 king bed. Yeah, with storage below, so you can put real nice big king beds. Like, you know, you want to put a big Sleep Number $3,000 mattress in here. Knock it out. Have at it. This is something cool they do. They add extra drawers at the bottom of the wardrobe. It's just extra bonus, like sweater and jeans type storage space or something like that, or just shorts and shirts or whatever, extra towels. But what it does is it creates a shelf you can use in the front closet. Now, if you notice up here, we've got a Dyson handheld. They don't really do central vacuums in the 3Xs. There's nothing wrong with the central vac. It's just that these Dyson handhelds are amazing. They're lightweight, they're rechargeable, they're portable, they're wire. You know, you're not bound by wires and hoses and things. Anytime I see someone with a central vacuum in a fifth wheel, it always looks like they're cleaning out their pool. If you've ever had a pool, you know what I mean. Good dresser space down here. Remember, these are those dual pane windows. That TV is also angled down. It's on a bias, so that's facing you when you're in bed. You don't get those neck cramps. And that over here is prepped for a stackable washer dryer if you're so inclined. I've also done videos on what I think about washer dryers in RVs. I'm very opinionated on that matter, but I understand that there may be a purpose for that doesn't necessarily fit my needs. Maybe it fits yours. Who knows? Because you're buying this, not me. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. We're gonna clip out to the outside now, so stay tuned. 3X fifth wheel is really one of my very personal favorites to talk about, just because it's so cool. It has so many really cool features that are just really unrivaled and unparalleled, and they're doing some things here no one else is doing, and those are the things I want to hit on. Now, it is pretty darn cold. I don't know if you can tell from the weather over here, but you know, it's 3 degrees currently, but you know, it's a tropical 3 degrees. You know, I'm not saying it's cold or nothing, but earlier I swear I saw you know, an Eskimo froze to death over here. We had to pick him up to be able to shoot this little silly video here for you, but you know, show must go on and whatnot. So let's get Doug in here. I don't know who Doug is, but we're gonna get him in here. Anyway, twin 18-foot one-touch automatic power awnings. So one of the immediate criticisms I thought of when someone saw this floor plan is they're gonna say, oh, you've got 2 big slides back here and they're gonna eat up a bunch of awning space. It's a valid concern, but in practice it just doesn't really hold a lot of water. That's why fifth wheels continue to be built this way. Consider that. Secondly, with twin awnings, you've now got full maximum potential patio space here. 2 18-foot one-touch automatic power awnings with LED lighting in them. They have a double pitch. They come down on an angle, then they kick down at the very end for excellent rain runoff. So they're just simple, easy. You just can't get much, you know, more user-friendly than that. And you've got great patio space as a result. Now, This model, this is cool because this is a rear living couples coach with an outside kitchen, but they still maintain the extra little grill output over here, because a lot of people, they, you know, sometimes you just like to hop out the door and have a little grill going. You don't necessarily want to, you know, mess with the outside kitchen some days. You just want it close and convenient. Magnetically latched baggage doors so that you've got, you know, the easy access here with your slam latch doors, making it easy to close and lock up. And if you look in here, plenty of basement storage. This has a very big, generous basement space, and you do have outside TV hookups over here as well. The snow is making the camera have difficulty with the lighting, that is. And you see you can feed your like TV cables down there through the skirting. And this is a really neat thing here. It's fully skirted. They a lot of brands, they'll bring the skirt down to like eye level, and then you can't see anymore. Open Range actually wraps their skirting around all the way to the I-beam, and that is one of several reasons that this has what I personally believe to be the very best cold camping package anywhere close to this size, market, or price point. If there's one thing these guys do, it is insulation. They are doing it better than pretty much anyone else I've seen. There's some other very good ones out there, don't get me wrong, but the Open Range 3X definitely goes not one or two, but probably 3 steps further. Before we get to that, let's talk size and weight. I mentioned inside it weighs 13,475 pounds. I'm not going to sit here and insult you and call that an ultralight. But this is a 42-foot, 8-inch long fifth wheel with 5 slide-outs, kids. This is a big girl. And it weighs only 13,475. Other fifth wheels of this size that are 102-inch wide body like this, well, this has extra thick walls even. Those things easily weigh 14, 15, 16,000 pounds. I'm not going to call this an ultralight, but it's a lot lighter than something else its size. Ultralight is a relative number in my view because there's no definition of that. In the world of big fifth wheels, Open Range 3X is the ultralight luxury fifth wheel. It's gorgeous. Let's get up front here. Along with your big Equiflex suspension system, which dampens shocks laterally, forward to back, this dampens shocks vertically. Vertically? My tongue's freezing here. That does the opposite thing of the MORryde, pin box and suspension system. So does that mean that one's wrong and the other's right? The answer is no. They're designed, the pin box and the suspension upgrades are designed to work together as a system. If you see an RV only has one or the other, that's still better than nothing, but they're designed to go together. So this still has both vertical and lateral shock dampening. Doesn't matter how it's accomplished, it matters that it's there. There is more than one way to skin a cat, guys. So we've got 102-inch, 8.5-foot wide body construction. Big, wide, full-size, full-feature body. And I've been criticized in some of my videos for stressing about how much of a difference 6 inches makes. And it's painfully obvious to me that these are people who have never gotten off their computer and actually stepped foot inside of an RV. Because it is a difference you can see, feel, touch, and notice immediately. Automatic leveling with your strong arm stabilizers on here, and you'll find a set of these on the rear jacks. Being extra wide, and they have extra deep slides. Your main living room slide is 42 inches. It's 6 inches deeper than anybody else. So the body's wider, the slide's wider, pardon me, it's 4 inches deeper, not 6. The whole point here, no, it is 6 inches deeper. Jeez, oh Pete. So 6 inches wider body, 6 inches deeper slide, a 1 foot larger living room than any general fifth wheel, basically. That could make this thing topsy. It might want to get tipsy. So these things right here, you lock those down with those little T-latch things. You don't even need special tools. You can do it by hand. It makes an immediate difference. Now, I talked about insulation. You know why they call it the 3X? If you get up close here, it says 3X, Thermal Barrier Wall System. They obviously didn't want to call the whole fifth wheel the Open Range 3X Thermal Barrier Wall System by Highland Ridge RV, because that'd be stupid. But the point is, this has 50% thicker walls than pretty much anything else out there. Anything else within even remotely a comparable class, at least. This has 3-inch thick walls. 50% more structure and insulation in the walls of this guy. And remember, it's still a lot lighter than most of them. Pretty darn impressive. Now, again, for that cold camping rating, they do have a fully enclosed, forced air heated, privatized, tuck it away, lock it away docking center over here. So the cold air can't get to that thing. Underbelly. Forced air heated, insulated, enclosed. You hear those phrases used with underbellies all the time. Thing with open range though is they have literally they, like most brands, will have some layer of like astrofoil insulation and a layer of residential batten insulation in the underbelly. Open range does that, but they do it twice. They do it above and below the tanks, so they're double insulated. Big 16-inch radial tires, by the way. That's awesome. Bigger tires than they had been using in years past. Along with that double insulation in the underbelly, they have a hot air return system for their underbelly heat. And that's really the key difference on your open range models. And this is true not just of the 3X. That's true down to little brother Roamer, its little brother the Light, and then its little brother the Ultralight. Open range's heated underbellies have a hot air return system so that you get cyclical airflow, so you don't have hot air compression and buildup, because once you get a compressed area, it stops working. You don't have that problem here. That's why in when they 0 degree tested their 3X models, which, you know, this is one of the few actually tested models where they do cold chamber it. They put it in a cold chamber at 0 degrees for 24 hours. They set the thermostat to 70. The open range 3X held 62 degrees in its underbelly. That's more than some RVs carry in their cabin, and that's what it has in the underbelly. Laminated slide walls, laminated side walls. You'd normally have laminated rear wall, but this has a rear cap. They put front and rear caps on here. That's an area a lot of brands have saved money. They cut out the rear cap on some things. Your roof has 6-inch arched trusses, plywood roof deck, plywood floor deck, you know, built for long-term use and ownership. This is cool right here. They have a different kind of outside kitchen setup. They actually found a way to incorporate like a normal RV stove in an outside kitchen. And what's neat is it's all pre-plumbed. You don't have to like hook up any plumbing. It just recesses and you're done. All your drawers are plywood box constructed. I'm not going to talk about that a lot because that's not uncommon in this class. I do like the bigger fridge out here. This is going to be electric only, obviously. I've had some people ask, so I want to point that out. And they do prep this. If you want to put a little TV up here, be my guest. You're more than capable. Not a problem. Let's finish this up here. The entry steps. We've got a quad step, so it's easy come and go. Again, pretty common at this class and price point. I don't really see a lot of guys use steel steps. These aluminum steps have really come to dominate your more premier level units. They do use a different entry door, however. You see, it's extra wide, which is not uncommon. But you see that big window in there? Ooh, oh, that is cold wind. Anyway, they don't use a screen door. Instead, what they do is the money they would have spent on a screen door, they spend on this window here in the door. And check that out. Even with the wind that's whipping us right now, that door, you can see it kind of wiggling, but it's not moving anywhere because that friction hinge door. Couldn't have planned that better. That worked out great. So instead of a screen door, they put this big thing in here. There is a privacy shade, but this window pane itself opens for airflow, so you still get like the screen door effect. Hope you found this useful. You know, whether you need pieces, parts, trades, hitching, financing, anything. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to talk about the fact that they have double the warranty of almost anyone else in their class. Their cousins at Jayco are about the only ones that, you know, match that there. So give us a call, learn more. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing. If you don't have the big truck it takes to tow this thing, guess what we do? We also do trucks. We do truck and trailer package deals, or we can literally just deliver it to your campsite if you don't ever plan on moving it. We can do anything you want. All we need is the opportunity. You found the video useful? It's just fair to give us a call. Don't care where you live. They're on wheels. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.